unity to the multiverse.
Hello Federation, welcome on board. This is the Galactic Federation Communications Superstars. The date is Friday, the 29th of November. Magnificent. What a magnificent day it is. I hope you're having fun down there on the wonderful, wonderful planet Earth. This transmission is being beamed to you from our Galactic Federation drilled ship Earth 1. We're docked several thousand kilometres out in space, and we're sending this great information to all the kiddies out there, to all the legends, the superstars, the angels, the walk-ins, the crawl-ins, the leopards, the tigers, the rhinos, the elephants, every superstar, every entity. The law of one is strong and well. The law of one, what is the law of one? Well, it's an ancient religion, if you like, thought to be possessed by all the indigenous groups around the planet. One energy, one universe, one people, one mind, one consciousness, known as the law of one. Sometimes the law of love goes by many names. In fact, it doesn't even need to go by a name, because the law of one is within. Superstars, we've got a few things to discuss on this transmission. Firstly, we're going to go back to the that wonderful text we started off just recently, which was the Sheldon Nidal text, your first contact, and just briefly yesterday we started entering into the discussion just previous to the post-flood period on the planet Earth around about 10,000 years ago. So we'll continue that document and that information to enlighten all those out there of that wonderful period on the history. It's always very difficult for the people on the planet Earth to dive into the ancient history of the Earth, because so much of it has been discarded, removed, stomped on and removed, and it's very important for the people of the Earth to enlighten themselves on the activities of the past, particularly dealing with extraterrestrial activity in a variety of regions around the planet. We'll also briefly just discuss the record-breaking disasters of the month of August on the planet Earth, from ice melting into some severe storms out there in China. Again, it's always good to reflect on what has just been on the planet Earth. There is a quickening going on, which I'm sure everyone's experiencing right around the planet, and it's becoming very difficult to try and get a grasp on the events occurring around the planet. But global warming is occurring right around the planet, and for those who are conscious about it and have an ability to see the changes, and dramatic as they may be, it's a good idea to try and remind you of what's happening so you can get your own preparation up and running. So let's head back into Sheldon Nidal's first contact, and we'll get back to some stories just briefly on the Great Flood and some E.T activity which was occurring around the planet Earth at that time. Let's have a bit of a squeeze. During the flood, the Atlantean elites and their earthly collaborators fled to the star the Pleiades call Agena. This star is known on Earth as Beta Centauri, or Hadar. Following the flood, only small numbers of limited conscious humans remained on Earth. The tearing asunder of Earth's atmosphere allowed large amounts of deadly radiation from outer space to penetrate through to the life on an already exhausted planet. As a result, humans, once the guardian species, now faced severe limitations. Their lifespan, which had been more than a millennium, was now reduced to mere decades. Whereas humans had originally stood between 8 and 10 feet tall, their height was now barely 5 or 6 feet. Such drastic changes altered your ability to continuously create and protect the planet. Even more dangerous were the mutations of your genes, which kept you from being fully conscious. These changes left you vulnerable to the deep predations of the sky gods and goddesses of the infamous Anunnaki. As the floodwaters gradually receded, small groups of survivors began to emerge from their many hiding places. The governing elites and oligarchy, originally empowered by the rulers of Atlantis, realized that they were now totally incapable of re-establishing human society on planet Earth. These earthly rulers appealed to the highly authority of the Anakai and their ruthless off-world allies. They asked these off-worlders to assist them in returning civilization to your world. Using this invitation as an excuse to further their personal agenda, the Anakai gladly intervened. By this time, the Atlantean elites had gained complete control of the Aegina or Hadar. They looked upon the flood which resulted from the destruction of Atlantis, as well as the Great Flood, as wanton acts. These needed to be permanently commemorated in the same way as had been done long ago on Mars and in Venus. The Galactic Federation of Light discovered the devastation on these two planets, formerly abundant with water and life, some 900,000 years ago. They had left Venus and Mars as they had been found. Wishing to keep Earth's limited conscious population at a level of culture and technology as possible, the new inhabitants of Aegina asked the Pleiadian Star League not to interfere in Earth's affairs. In their view, Earth needed to become a living monument to the annihilated realm of Atlantis. They thought it necessary for the human civilization to pay homage furthermore to their much lamented empire. The continual demands of Aegina's ruling council led to sharp disagreements among the Pleiadians, the main Federation Council, and the remaining Atlantean elite. The Pleiadians and the Galactic Federation's main council believed that they were obligated to encourage human civilization on Earth, but were undecided on how to proceed. We'll go back to further stories from Sheldon Nidal's awesome Your First Contact text, and for anyone who wants to get that text, just tap into Sheldon Nidal's personal website and have a crack and see how you go. Let's check out some climate change information which has been affecting a variety of places around the planet Earth. In Norway, southern Norway has been suffering through its wettest summer on record. In China, in South China's Guangdong province, the heaviest floods in 200 years hit the province, spawned by tropical storms known as Pabuk. It was the heaviest rainfall in over 200 years. In India, on the 12th of August, the Kongdai landslide was the worst in living memory. In Virginia, on the same day, on the 12th of August, lightning strikes have caused more fires and damage in Albemarle County so far this summer than during any other recent memory. That same day, a report on the Arctic sea ice stated that the lowest ever levels sea ice in the northern hemisphere has plunged to the lowest record ice area in recorded history, the lowest levels ever measured, and they expect the record low to be annihilated by summer's end. The new record came a full month before the historic summer minimum typically occurs. There is still a month or more of melt likely this year. It is therefore almost certain that the previous 2005 record will be annihilated by the final 2007 annual minima closer to the end of this summer. The drop in sea ice this year is more geographically sweeping than in previously low years. The character of 2007 season's ice melt is unique in that it's dramatic and covers the entire Arctic sector. It's one of our greatest dangers on the planet Earth at this current stage is that fresh water melting out of the Arctic and also off the western ice shelf in Antarctica. That fresh water will have great play in relation to the convection conveyor belts which are occurring around the planet, which drive the Earth's weather, particularly up there in the North Atlantic, where we are monitoring that great change in temperature within the oceans there. As we all can expect, we may get some very, very, very cold weather. That might be enough for this transmission, superstars. Have a good day.
And the dogs are barking at the top of the street, and everybody's yelling, saying there's too much heat. My soul